Okay, perfect. Gabriela, thank you so much for accept this invitation. I'm very excited, not just because I'm doing this interview from my homeland, Colombia, also that I found that you have a lot of fans here in this country.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm happy to hear. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm also very happy to be here and speaking to you, and also to hear that I have fans all the way in Colombia. So that's amazing.
yeah, you can hear a little bit for a little bit not far ago.
No, actually not. I have been there. Oof, time flies so quickly, but I think like almost 3 weeks ago right now, I was in Colombia. I went to Medellin, and afterwards I went to Bogota. It was an amazing experience. So definitely, wow.
Yeah, and I knew that Natalie Ackerman, the national director of Colombia, was on your crown in Curaçao, and also Valeria Ayos. Did they give you a few tips?
Actually, just to be myself, and of course, when I saw her, I saw how beautiful she was. She was already being herself as well. So I think that was the best tip that she could give me because I was also not very prepared for all of the Miss Curacao. You know, when you're doing something this big, you always want to know what do you need to do, how do you need to prepare for it. And I asked her, okay, so what is that golden tip that you can give me? Because she plays very high at the Miss Universe competition. And she just said, you know, it's just, you have to be yourself and you have to let that light that you have within you shine outwards. And that's definitely what I did as well.
Well, your country also have a very recognizable representation in Miss Universe a couple of years ago. I remember Miss Curaçao. I think she placed in the top 15 or something like that.
Top
Uh,
10.
Top 10, yeah. And she was very unique girl. And when I see your pictures, I can see easily, very easily, your personality. You're like a explosion of life, of happiness. Tell me a little bit more about you because so far the people that see you on social media can recognize a very happy girl.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm very energetic. I always describe myself as very energetic because I come from a small island, but here on the island, you're so relaxed and laid back. You have that island girl vibe in you, and it's just something that we all have here. So I'm very adventurous as well. I've always loved doing adventures, very curious. I'm very social as well because Curacao is a multicultural island. So we have different nationalities here, and I'm always very curious to get to know other cultures, learn more about them. And we also have a lot of Colombians here, Venezuelan, people from Haiti. We have so many different cultures here, so that's why I think I'm a very social person as well. I would describe myself as an optimistic girl, you know, coming from such a small island, but I always had these big dreams that I wanted to achieve for myself. And also Miss Universe is one of them, you know, it's such a big platform, it's international. Right now, I'm having so much fans from all across the globe, so it feels amazing, honestly. And
That's
yeah,
very
that's what I describe myself. There's so much that I could tell about myself, but I think maybe you should also ask me some questions so we can get more in depth.
No, and I love the way you describe yourself because it's very nice to find somebody like provide to everyone that happiness because nowadays the social media have bringing a lot of good things in social communications, but also we you can see also the bad things that have society today. That is the hate, and you have bringing a lot of optimistic point of views. And what could you tell to everyone that can be or can be a little bit depressed because their interaction in social media they're not bringing happiness, the opposite.
Definitely, definitely. Well, I also think, and I honestly believe that social media has so many pros and cons, and I've also been, the real test for that, because social media has provided me a lot of happiness, a lot of inspiration, because you see so much and you can learn so much from social media, but also just from the internet. Technology has really facilitated our lives, but on the other hand, because we're so connected with each other and a lot of people have opinions about different things, it can also become a space where people spread a lot of harm. And that's why I also actually been a victim of cyberbullying 2 years ago, and I never thought that I would experience something like that. And then when I experienced it, I realized how much damage it actually has done to me, mentally, and also how it made me feel throughout my daily life. And even though it's in social media, people think, oh, the damage is not that bad as it would be if you're doing it personally, face to face to somebody. But I realized that it creates a scar that it's so difficult to heal. It's really difficult to heal because it's something that we have to do from within, but also it takes a lot of work. And if you don't have the support from the people in your community, fellow community members or your family, it's very difficult to heal that. And that's why you have a lot of children nowadays, but also adults that go to depression, have problem with mental health. So it's connected to so many things, and we are all people and we're all trying our best in life to achieve our goals, and not everybody is going on the same phase. And social media gives us the opportunity to spread our most happiest moments. Even when I'm smiling and when I have my most beautiful pictures, when I'm all maked up and glammed up, that's the moment where I decide to post a picture. But I don't post a picture when I'm crying or when I'm not feeling the most beautiful. So people may think, oh, Gabriela is just always happy and she's always looking pretty and she's always living her best life. But that's not always the case. And even if you tell people like, hey, do not believe it, Instagram is not real, it's still something that the mind cannot, it's unprocessable, I think. It's difficult to explain to somebody, but it's just, we have to accept ourselves the way we are, but also remind ourselves that when we get in hateful comments, definitely something from somebody else, like a cyberbully, how do you take that and use it to something that will not hurt you? And you can use that as something that gives you strength instead of letting it break you down and putting you into that dark hole where you're depressed or where you're dealing with. So that's basically what I would like to, tell them or give them.
It's very hard to understand why there is a lot of people that uses their social media not to just to express a good opinion or somebody. They're like a professional haters. What could you be? What could you think was the situation that made you the object of cyberbullying 2 years ago?
What was? Can you please repeat? I don't understand completely.
What was the reason? Mm-hmm. The reason to be for the cyberbullying that you were object 2 years
okay.
ago?
So what reason I decided? Oh, okay. Oh, my
no,
story.
No. You told me that you were the
cyberbullied. So what my situation was basically.
Yeah.
So I was extremely skinny when I was younger. I'm still skinny now, but I was way more skinny, and people used to comment on my pictures. They used to also have fake accounts created, used to call me that I have anorexia. And those are things that you do not tell people, because eventually I even started believing it. But besides that, I also got bullied in high school, high school and in the lower school, about my acne. I used to have acne. I think every girl or boy, when they're younger, they go through puberty and then you get breakouts. And they used to tell me, yeah, connected dots, and they used to tell me like, yeah, it looks like you have a chicken pox. So there were like tons of things that people were telling me that were just very hurtful. And eventually I also started feeling very insecure of myself. Till now, sometimes I realize that I'm still a little bit insecure, because sometimes I take a picture and I say, no, I look too skinny, or no, I look too fat, or it's never good enough, and I wasn't accepting myself. And that's where I realized that I did have a trauma from these past experience, because I always considered myself a very strong girl, and a girl that just goes through situations but always manages to come out of them. But I realized that there is a certain amount of damage that this situation has done to me that is still not healed within myself, and that makes me feel some type of ways in different situations. And definitely now going into the beauty pageant, and you know, we're all so beautiful, and it's incredible to see that we're empowering each other. But at the end of the day, we're also people with emotions, and we also have our own insecurities. Even though we're showing just the beauty of ourselves online on social media and performing as our best selves, when we're in hidden doors and, you know, behind the curtains, that's where the true Gabriela and the true the other contestants, you know, come out. And that's where we really have to sit with our own emotions and deal with how we're feeling. And that's where I realized, Gabriela, you know, this is something that has hurted you, and I know for sure that there are more people out there that feel the same way. And I would really want to give them a safe space to also know that, hey, you're not alone, but this is what you can do to feel better about yourself, and also to not use that as something that has broke you down. Because I honestly believe it did make me stronger. Even though I went through it, I'm happy that I went through it, because right now I know exactly how to not let those little comments break me down anymore. Even though somebody says the worst thing about me, I know that, okay, you know what? This is not my fault that people are talking like that about me. And I know exactly what I need to do now so I can feel better and use that in my advantage instead of using it in my disadvantage.
I love the way you express those episodes of your life, because some way, somehow, there is a lot of people that had the same situation and they don't know how to handle it, and they don't know where or how to find the solution. Let me tell you a little secret. I had the same insecurities that you had in my teenage years. I had exactly the same problems you were telling me, and I was plenty of acne, and I was so skinny. And for a man, for a guy to be the skinny is the object of some other type of bullying, because I was like well, the guys, the other kids in my high school, they were bigger and stronger, and yeah. And you know what? And I start to do to work out and to do a lot of things to see myself like the other guys. And right now I have like some type of dysmorphia, that even that I'm big right now, I see that guy, that teenager who was very insecure with the because he was so skinny, because I was so skinny. So, but I never felt the confidence to say or to tell to anybody that. So for that reason, I applaud you. I really, I'm very grateful that a person like you, like, is beautiful, smart, intelligent, and a beauty queen, is telling to everyone, even guys, even a person like me, that you are a winner. You, so far you won the hearts of many people like me, that in that time had so many insecurities. And right now I think it's the first time. Well, I have been telling a lot of times that I have been the object of bullying, but I didn't tell the reason why. And listen, I'm so happy to find somebody like you. And if there is just one people in this life that could see like your experience to ask for help, I think you and me and everybody that is going to see this live and the post that I'm going to do after this, that you already got the universe. You already got the crown of the universe.
Thank you. Thank you so much. No, definitely. It takes a lot of courage to open up about your situation. And that's definitely what it has taken me as well. You know, before participating, I was scared. I was very scared because I said, no, people are gonna, talk bad about me. They're gonna cyberbully me. And I was very scared, honestly. Like, even my organization knows. I was like, nope, I'm not gonna do it. And they were like, yes, you need to. And then afterwards, I found out that I can't let myself or keep myself from achieving my goals with this insecurity. I need to step over it. And that's why I also started my own foundation, which is Light for Change, which is basically, you know, shining a light on this issue, and then just yeah, you know, bringing change into that stigma, or, you know, talking about these things, because it's important to talk about it. Because when you as a person accept your insecurities and also accept the fact that you're feeling some type of way, but you want to grow from it, that's exactly where change is going to take place. And that's what we want, because we want a community that is that has good self-esteem, that believes in themselves, that wants to achieve their goals, and also influences other people to do the same. And that's what we want. We do not want kids that are insecure, that are bullying each other because of their own insecurities. We want people to motivate each other, because we're all just doing our best in life. We all have one life, just one, and we all are trying to make the best out of it. So why break each other down if we can support each other? And trust me, like, it's impossible. It's really impossible, I think, or nothing is impossible, but I think it's very hard to, you know, stop cyberbullying as a whole. But there is a way to deal with it. There's a way to prevent it, and there is a way to teach people how to deal with these situations. And that's really what I want to do. And with Light for Change, it's exactly that. You know, I want to provide help for those in need, you know, because I think when I was younger and I got bullied, I didn't want to tell anybody about it because I felt very embarrassed. And I think you too. You know,
That's what happened.
yes, you feel embarrassed, and you feel like
Worse, even worse.
about you. And I had so much acne, and I'm a girl, so I could put makeup on. I believe you could not put makeup on, so it's even worse, you know. And I was putting myself with so much makeup. I didn't want to leave the house without makeup. I was so skinny that they used to also call me flat, you know, so I didn't have a butt. I didn't have nothing. So I used to even put paper in my bras to make it look like I had something. And, you know, I would never say this to anybody, but right now I feel so confident telling that, because that's really how I felt. And I know for sure that there are young girls out there that feel the need to do something that they're not. And also with social media nowadays, we're seeing so many beautiful girls online, but it really makes the other girls feel insecure as well, because they feel like they're less, they feel like they're not as pretty, they feel like their body is not as good. And if you see the generation of today, oh my God, these girls are amazing. Like, they're beautiful, like crazy. But I also think Instagram has really influenced them in that way, because it's really growing a lot. But yeah, that's basically what I want to achieve with my whole advocacy. And I'm happy that you're also talking about your experience, because you're also
this is like a therapy.
It's I guess. Yeah, it is. It is. I always said that I wanted to study psychology because I always feel very comfortable speaking to people, and also
Yeah, you made me open my heart. I was
yeah.
the interview. The interviewer has to be the person who was interviewed.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for taking over the live.
No, I'm so grateful, and thank you so much. One of my biggest motivations when I was starting to work out was to hit the bullies, or to be bigger than them. And even that I'm bigger than them, I still having those little traumas. What do you think could think the girls or the boys or the people that used to do bullying against you, to see you as a successful beauty queen, a person who is trying to change the world through the hard experience that those people make to
Pause me.
yeah, exactly. Did anybody had to talk to you, or did you have a conversation with the bullies, the former bullies?
You want me to tell you a little secret? And
Okay.
I have never told anybody before, so this is the first time I will be opening my heart to the world and you. So there is something that is called a bully cycle. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. So basically what it is, it's a bully victim cycle. So the person that gets bullied many times also becomes a bully without them knowing. So unconsciously, you also start bullying others so you could feel better. So I think the reason people bully is really because of their own insecurities, of course, because I think maybe the big guy saw something in you that maybe intimidated him, and he said, you know what, you're so skinny, you ain't all that, you know, but maybe you had something within you and they were just trying to dim your light. But eventually, I don't know if you have ever felt the need to also tell somebody else something bad and then you felt better about yourself. And I've even, when I was so young, when I saw somebody that was prettier or something, I would also make some comments that weren't always the nicest. And I catch myself on that once, and I was like, why are you doing that? You know, why do you have something bad to say about somebody else? What is the need? Because we do it unconsciously. Maybe somebody shows you a picture, oh no, she's not that pretty, and maybe she is very pretty. You know.
Yeah.
So eventually I realized this is also my own insecurity, and there's something that I need to do about it. And I think nobody has ever really messaged me, or one of my bullies have never messaged me to say sorry, but I have definitely felt the need to say sorry to the ones that I have bullied. I really feel that. So I think it takes courage for somebody to accept their mistakes or something that they have done to somebody else to hurt them. But not everybody is ready for that, because you have to be mentally prepared to accept and then move on. And I'm at that part of my life where I'm really ready to, leave all of that behind and also just grow and move forward. And I hope that I'm inspiring them as well to, make a good change in their life and to do something positive, and to not let those those past experiences affect them now, because that's basically what it is.
Well, let me tell you another little secret.
Oh, we're sharing secrets on live.
Every time that I see, well, I'm very conscious about not being the bully. I'm very conscious to when I see somebody that maybe look like me in those teenage years. When I see a person like this, I start praying for that person, because I see that person, that guy or that girl, I see myself years ago. And I start thinking that that person is the object of bullying. And I start praying for that person. And I'm the nicest people with the person like that, because definitely I think that people suffers with that. And well, it was another secret, but I'm not talking about my secrets. Let's talk about your secrets.
Oh wow!
Give me,
secrets.
give me. If you have the opportunity, I'm amused with your capacity to make me open my heart, and you could be a very good, very nice, and very unique psychologist. And I love the way you said that you're gonna study that. But I would like to know, how did you handle to be to have the personality that you have right now? Because it was a lot of suffering, it was a lot of pain, but it was a lot of learning. Who taught you the things that create the new you? Who was the person, and what did you do? What did you do to be that confident that I see you right now?
Well, I'm gonna tell you another secret. Well, yeah, I think it's a process. It's definitely a process, and it doesn't go from today till tomorrow. And I'm gonna be very honest. I'm still healing myself, and I'm still uncovering a lot of parts of myself that are still, needing to heal and work on. So I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm very aware that it all takes time and it takes patience to get there, and it also needs a lot of love for yourself. So what has taught me, or what has, I think it was myself that inspired me, because I was also, like you said, seeing myself in different situations of other people, and it reflected to me, and I said, hey, this is me. And it was like a mirror effect, where I saw my own mistakes, or the things that I did that weren't as good, let's say. And I said, this is things that I have to really work on. So I started, writing them down. I'm a dreamer. So I started thinking about them, thinking about things that I could replace. So I had some bad habits that I was doing back then. and I started replacing them with things that are positive. I started baking. I started doing things that I loved and enjoyed more. There was a time where I even put a mirror in my living room, a big mirror, and I started dancing in front of it. I started wearing my nice outfits. You know, when you do like a big cleanup in your room,
Yeah, yeah,
and you
yeah.
start grabbing all those old outfits, you're like,
But
hey,
who
we're
told you
pretty.
that?
Yeah.
It
So
was your idea, or somebody advised you to do that?
no, actually, I did it myself. I really did it myself. There was nobody that advised me. I'm the oldest, one of my mom, so I'm the oldest daughter of my mom, and I have younger siblings. But I was always, yeah, curious, I guess, and cleaning my room, and I was putting on the outfits, and then you want to see yourself in the mirror, and I'm like, hey, you're actually very pretty, and oh, you have actually a very nice body, and I started like complimenting myself doing that, and I always used to put a little bit of music on. I love music, so I started dancing in front of the mirror, and I think that has really helped me gain confidence, because then you see what you have as a person, and then you see parts of yourself that make you unique, and that's where I learned to love myself the most. And I think in that process, I slowly began falling more in love with myself, and I started realizing that, oh, there are some things that are not as pretty about you, but I started realizing that I could work on them. So I started watching a lot of YouTube videos on how to deal with past traumas. Honestly also started doing yoga. I started meditating. I started getting a little bit more in touch with spirituality. Also God, of course. I was praying a lot because I had some times where I was really crying, but it was necessary. It was really necessary.
Yeah.
I think you need to cry to let all of that out there, because that's where
Hmm.
you make space for the good, the new. And right now, I'm still not the Gabriela that I would like to see in the future, but I'm definitely very proud to say that I'm on the way and I'm on the right path. So
Oh,
it's a very nice journey, and I'm loving every single step of the way. And right now, one tip that I can give to the viewers is, if you know that there's something about you that you would like to change, remember that change is always possible. There is no just you because you're born that way or because your family has raised you a certain way. You can always change. You're the writer of your own book. So if you want to change something, just change it. If you want to change your hair, if you want to change your outfit, your look, whatever, you can always do that, because you're in charge of your own life, and you need to feel confident and happy with how you are as a person, because if you don't accept yourself, then nobody else will, and you have to live in that body, in that same personality, in that whole you for the rest of your life. So you better love her or him, and take care of yourself, and that comes with a lot of self-love and also self-acceptance, and that's where it really starts. I think it really starts with you.
listen, my next question, you already answered it, but a little, because I was going to ask you not just one, 5 tips. 5 tips for the people that right now is insecure, that they don't feel happy with themselves, or they don't feel strong enough, they don't feel that beautiful enough or smart enough, and for that reason they project that insecurity, and they are the object of the bullying or the bullying. So if you can give me, if you have 5 tips or 3 tips, but something that the people can do, can say. You say a lot of things that in my regular life, for example, when I wake up depressed or sad, or I don't want to wake up, I put music, and immediately I start to dance, and my mood change. And you told me that you start looking at yourself as a pretty girl, the girl that I'm looking at right now, pretty, smart, confident, dancing in the front of of the mirror. So it was a beautiful tip, a great tip. You have something more like this?
Definitely, of course. So yeah, first things first, mirror is your best friend, and definitely music. It also really depends on what type of music you listen to. So if you're sad, never listen to sad music. If you're going through a breakup, don't listen to breakup music. Listen to Borrego or like something a little more out there, because the music and the melody, that's really what's going to lift you up. It's all, you know, energy, and it's all, you know, you need to have that feeling that you want to dance and you want to shake all of that negative off of you. So that's definitely one tip. The other tip that I would give is I would honestly, like, social media is very good, but I would cut off social media a little bit and spend more time with yourself as a being. If you have any negative thoughts, anything running through your mind, grab a paper or grab a journal and write it all down so that you can see what you're thinking about. And remember, those thoughts do not define you. Maybe you have those thoughts right now, but that is not who you are. It's just something that is in here, and it can always be replaced with something better. So that's the second tip that I would give. Just journal, write down all your thoughts that you have. The third tip that I would give, I would definitely tell you to do something that you enjoy doing. So I love working out. I do kickboxing. Kickboxing releases all the stress and all the anxiety and all the depression that I have. I just box it all out into that punching bag. So that's something that really releases my mind. It keeps me focused on what I'm doing, and it keeps me very in the moment instead of all over the place. So I really love that. Just do something that you know that you enjoy doing. So spend time in nature, go to the beach, do a sport that you really enjoy doing, or spend time with your family. You know, family is very important as well. Surround yourself with people that you love, people that make you feel uplifted, people that inspire you. That's very important. I always surrounded myself with people that gave me a lot of inspiration, you know, and always motivated me and always give me good energy. So I love that as well. And I think that's the best tip that you can also give to somebody else. And I think I'm at 4 right now, right?
Yeah.
The fourth tip that I would give to somebody is talk nicely to yourself. I think we all have a bad habit nowadays that we tend to speak very badly to ourselves. You know, maybe you have done a mistake, or sometimes you're not waking up as your best or your prettiest, and then you say, I'm very ugly, or I'm not smart, or I'm skinny, or this or that. You just have to say something positive to yourself, and automatically you will feel better about yourself. If you just print it in your head, you have to make it like a mantra. Just repeat it to yourself, because everything you tell your brain believes. And that's what I used to do. If I think, oh no, I'm not smart, I just say, yes, I am smart. I'm the smartest girl in the world. I'm this, I'm that. So I just try to say the most positive things to myself that make me feel good in that moment.
I'm
And
gonna try. I'm, I'm gonna try to do my homework to after this live on the captions. I'm gonna try to remember those tips because are so simple, so easy to get, and it really changed lives. And did you learn this by yourself? You have ever had therapy? Did you go to a specialist, psychologist or psychiatrist? Did you ever went? Did you ever go to those professionals? Never.
honestly, I've never went to a professional to get help myself. But one thing that I did do is I followed a life coaching course because I was very interested in self growth, in helping other people. But first, before you can help somebody else, you need to help yourself and you need to work on yourself. So I decided to follow this course, which is life coaching course, and right now I am a certified life coach. So that's why I also have a lot of yeah, but it's amazing, and I've learned so much. And honestly, in that process, I also learned to get to know myself better. For those who do not know, I'm 20 years young, so I'm very young still, and I'm still getting to know myself because it's difficult when you're in a beauty pageant. The world wants to get to know who is Gabriela, but Gabriela didn't know who she was either. So it was it's difficult sometimes because I'm like, who am I? What do I want in life? What are my ambitions? You get these very big questions, but normally a 20-year-old or younger do not really think about. But it has really taught me so much. And I think that's really what I did. And that has helped me a lot as well, the life coaching course. And that has also inspired me to do the psychology afterwards. And also help other people, hopefully.
May I go to your?
Yeah, you can come to my office.
I'm going to tell you another secret. I have been in therapy many years, many years. And what really surprised me is And for that reason, I ask you, if you go to an expert, to a professional on mental health, and one of the things that really loved it from you is that you gave me in your tips a lot of things that I have been told by the by therapists. So it's very, very, very good to hear that uh, how a bad situation of anybody's life could change not just the life of yourself, and you are helping through your own tears. You're helping some others through your sadness, and I think that's the main reason of the word resilience.
Definitely. Yes. I love that. I didn't want to describe myself as that, but you came up with it yourself. So that's amazing. Yes. Resiliency. That's a very important word, and we all need it. We all need to be resilient in this life because we all go through obstacles and we all need to learn how to rise above it and not, let that suppress you and keep you from achieving your dreams. You need to rise above it always. And that's really resiliency.
Yeah. Well, I forgot anything about it that you are the representative of Curaçao to Miss Universe, because some way, somehow, I was thinking that I was with my therapist on the pandemic time that I couldn't know personally. So it was like this.
It's okay, don't worry.
But anyway,
Don't-
let's talk about the beauty queen. Let's talk about, so far I think you have 90% of the success of the beauty pageant because you connect with people. You have a true story, a life story. A story of your life is very, I don't want to say unique, because there is a lot of people that happen for like this, the same situation, live the same situation, but nobody had the courage to talk about it and try to change some other lives through their own tears. But let's talk about you. Let's talk about some other aspect of your beautiful life, that is your name and your last name. Your last name is from Brazil or from Portugal. I know that you speak Portuguese, so tell me a little bit about the Dos Santos family in Curaçao.
Wow, yes, actually, you got that right. Dos Santos is actually from my dad, and my dad is from Brazil. He's actually born in Espírito Santo, Victoria. So that's where he comes from. I don't have a lot of family here in Curacao. When he was 20 years old, he moved to Curacao, and later on in his life met my mom. My mom is actually from Suriname, which is also from South America. So I'm completely South American. But I was born and raised on the beautiful island of Curacao. And honestly, my heart really lays here. I've always felt so connected with my island, and I always knew since I was small that I would do something very big for my island. So I love Curacao so much. But besides that, yes, my family, I have a lot of family abroad. My dad and my mom are actually the only ones that live here in Curacao together with me. But my whole family, I have a lot of family in Brazil from my dad's side, and from my mom's side, I have a lot of family in Suriname, and besides that, also in Europe. So I have a family across the whole globe. I even have a sister in Miami. So we're very everywhere. But it's very nice, and I also speak Portuguese. That's true.
So the Brazilians could think that they maybe have two beauty queens from their country, because they have their own Brazil, Miss Brazil, that I believe that the same place that your dad's families come
Oh
from,
yeah, that's true. That's actually true. That is true. Yes.
Espiritu Santo.
Yeah, that is true. So that's very.
So Espiritu Santo could be very happy right now because they
I,
have two queens in this
I,
universe.
yeah, I think so. And I also have a lot of supporters from Brazil. Like I've had so many fans message me and tell me that muito love from Brazil. So I love that so much. And also, of course, I am half Brazilian, so I'm also representing each and every one of them.
Can you tell me something in Portuguese? I love that language, and even I don't understand a single word. I love that language. So can you say something to your Portuguese and Brazilian fans?
Muito obrigada para vocês, apoio. Meu nome é Gabriela Dos Santos, eu sou do Curaçao, tenho 20 anos. My Portuguese, I'm actually very good at understanding it. I can speak it as well, but understanding is pretty much everything for me.
And say something in Spanish because you have a lot of friends. Actually, I'm reading the comments, and there is a lot of comments in Spanish, and they say Lucho está embelesado con Gabriela, and yes, it's true. Estoy embobado.
Sí, también hablo español, más también puedo comprender más. Actually, my stepmother is Colombian, so at home I need to speak more Spanish than Portuguese or my native language, which is Papiamento. So I'm actually practicing Spanish a lot at home now as well.
Okay, Gabriela. Tell me a little bit about your childhood. Tell me a little bit about your dreams and even that difficult part that you went through that we already spoke about it. Tell me a little bit about your first memories and if in that little girl wanted to be a beauty queen some way or somehow.
Well, when I was younger, I always had the aspiration to become a model, or that's at least what I thought. I always liked to take a lot of pictures. When I was 14, I did my first photo shoot. I started doing photo shoots almost every week. I loved it so much, and I always said that I would become a very big model in the future. And actually, I've never really dreamt about becoming a beauty queen. I was never really following that world so close by until I had some of my friends competing in the beauty pageant of Curaçao, which was Akisha, Chantal Weirds was also one. And then I started following their journey. And then I got really inspired because I saw that, you know, as a model, you're just modeling or showcasing somebody else's product. But as a beauty queen, you're really showcasing where you come from, which is your beautiful country. But besides that, you're also really showcasing yourself and you're standing for something. You're advocating about something. You have a voice. And I found that way more important, and it's such a big platform that you could use for so many stuff, not only for yourself, but also to help so many other people. And I said, this is something that I would like to do more than just being a model. So then I got inspired to do that. And of course, I had a lot of support here from the island as well that were encouraging me and telling me to participate. And then I just closed my eyes one day. Not that easy as I'm telling it right now, because you already know my story with the whole cyberbullying, my insecurities. But eventually I said, you know what, Gabriela, if you want to achieve all the goals as a young girl that you've set for yourself, you need to break free from all the barriers that are holding you back and just go for it. So I just jumped, and here I am today, Miss Curaçao, and on the way to Miss Universe.
Yes, I'm probably the first Miss Universe from the island, from the beautiful island.
Oh.
So, and Gabriela, tell me a little bit about your preparation, because when I see, well, you speak like if you already are a psychologist, you're already well to university, and but you just have 20 years old. And I was thinking before the interview that this is a time where the candidates to Miss Universe pageant, they are more than 24, 25. They are like professionals, and they are trying to think, or the organization is trying to show the girls all over the world that you can be a professional or also a beauty queen, and it's very, very, very good. But before, like 10, 15 years ago, normally the Miss Universe had your age, or even 18 or 21 at least. Never, or I don't remember who was the oldest Miss Universe. And right now you are kind of the youngest, because most of them are already they have professional careers. It gives you like an advantage or a disadvantage, because you speak like a professional girl. So far you have all the ingredients to be the next Miss Universe, but it's a reality that you're going to be competing with some other girls that they're already doctors, lawyers, business, etc.
Definitely, yeah. Actually, of course, I've thought about it before also signing up. I said, wow, I'm actually very young and I'm not a professional yet. I haven't finished my studies yet. So it was kind of also an insecurity of me because I said, you know, I'm not ready maybe to compete against these girls because they're so prepared for this and they've already have so much experience in their life and I don't. So then afterwards I was thinking about it and I said, no, you know, Gabriela, when are you prepared? You're never prepared for something in life. You just have to go for it, and that's where you get prepared. Throughout the journey, you'll be prepared for whatever is coming towards you. And I think I'm also a good example for the other younger people that, listen, you do not need to be a professional or to have your studies all the way completed to compete in something, because every experience in life is going to teach you something. This experience is also teaching me a lot. Even if I win or if I don't win, I know that I've got something out of this experience. And that is what is important for me. And I think that's something that I can also encourage the other youngsters that are watching, that listen, it doesn't matter if you're 18, 20, 27, or 35. It's never too late or too early to do something. You just have to go for it if you really want it, and you'll achieve it. If it's for you, it is for you. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm just going for it no matter what these other girls have achieved in their life. I've also achieved my own goals and my own things, and I'm very proud of myself of how far I've come. And I know that this is just only the beginning, because there's so much more for me to be achieved, and I know that I will achieve it. So that's just basically what I have in my mind, and that's what's driving me daily.
Yeah, that's very nice. And you know what? You're making your country very proud of you, because you're well, you're amazing. You're amazing. But tell me a little bit about your preparation. What happening in a regular life of Gabriela Dos Santos in this journey to Miss Universe pageant? Because the pageant is not starting the day of the girls meet personally. The pageant start now. This is part of your preparation. This is part of your journey. So, but what happening in your regular life of you?
Right now, preparing, well, there is a lot going on, of course, because, of course, I'm 20 years old. I'm still finding myself. So it's a lot of inner work to get to know myself, to work on my mental health. But besides that, also work on the outside of what people see. You know, I've dealt with acne. I'm doing a lot of skincare, taking care of my body, eating healthier, because I think when you're younger, you're not aware of the way you eat, your lifestyle, about health. You're not very aware of that. So right now I'm learning so much, and I'm really seeing the importance of all these different things, to really take care of your skin, to eat healthily on a daily basis, to work out, because your body needs to move around, so you have that blood circulation going
And
around.
before, you didn't have that discipline?
I wasn't, not really. I did have some discipline, like working out was always in my routine, but really taking care of my skin properly, I used to take care of my skin as how I knew it, but now I really know in details what I need to do. You know, I even figured out what type of skin I have. And before, I didn't even know that I had combination skin, or, there were so many. So now I also feel like a dermatologist. Sometimes I'm like, no, you need to moisturizer before, and then eye cream. And I'm so obsessed with it, because it's so nice, because you're investing that time and love into yourself. And that
Yeah.
really shines from the inside out. So that's why I also think people, people see that. People see that you're taking care of yourself. And besides taking care of myself from the outside, I'm also doing a lot of pasarela. We're doing public speaking, because that's also important. Before I competed
Do you
in...
need public speaking? I don't think so.
What? Yes, I do. Well, actually, another secret, I've never done public speaking before competing in Miss Curaçao in my life. I'll tell you that. So the first time I spoke on stage
The
was on...
broadcasters right now, the broadcaster in Curaçao, in the United States, in Brazil, and everywhere, everybody is looking at you right now, and they don't believe that this is the first time or in your life that you.
I swear, the first time I did public speaking, or I spoke in public, really like in front of a stage, was at
You
my
speak
college.
even better than me. That have years of
No,
career.
that's not true. But yes, there's always more improvement to do, and that's also something that I want to tell the people. You know, before I competed in this, I never knew. I was super scared of public speaking. This was the thing that I was the most scared of. I knew that I was pretty and that I could do pasarela. Those are things that you get taught. But speaking is something that really you need a lot of confidence, but also it comes from within, and it's knowledge and it's experience, and it's so much more than that. So I was very scared for public speaking, but during this whole journey, I've realized that public speaking or speaking in public is actually one of my strengths. So you never know what your strength is until you try.
Yeah, and it's not just to talk on the audience or in a
No.
public. You have to transmit, and you transmit with your eyes. You just there is a lot of people that they don't even know a simple word in English, and they are writing in Spanish and say, "Oh my God, this girl is amazing," and they don't even know what are you talking about. So I think you have to transmit. It's the most important thing. You have to communicate even with the way you move, the way you look, and you are doing that. You're incredible.
Thank you. That's true. You have to transmit to your people. So that's a very way of explaining it. Definitely. But yeah,
Yeah.
during my preparations as well, I'm also going to Miami in 2 weeks. So I'm very excited for that. Yes, I'm going to be preparing abroad. I have some trainers, and also I'm going to do a lot of photo shoots. I don't know if you know her, but Tammy.
No. Oh yeah, of course.
Tammy,
Oh,
yeah,
oh my gosh, she's the best. Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
that's the best.
Tammy is
Yeah.
fantastic. Oh my God, you're gonna win. Definitely. Tammy is the best. She's very straight. She's very strict. You're gonna suffer, but you're gonna see the results. She's the best. Tammy is fantastic. She's oh my God. Curaçao
Oh,
brings
I can't
everything this
wait.
year.
I really can't wait. I'm like every day. I'm like, okay, I need a few more days, and I'm gonna be. I really want to go, and I think that's necessary. You know, sometimes you need somebody to be strict on you, so you know
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
that the hard work pays off always. So I can't wait. And I'm also gonna take you guys on my journey. So you'll be seeing me post a lot of content. Also when I'm
And
suffering,
definitely, definitely, I'm gonna meet you because if you're going to Tammy's a very good friend of mine. I admire her so much. She has been working with a lot of former Miss Universe who went to her home to the preparation. And girl, you're gonna be good. You're gonna see the results.
thank you. I can't wait.
So tell me a little bit about how do you see yourself? You don't have to tell me that kind of secrets, but how do you see yourself on the stage? Do you see yourself like I don't know, like a sexy way, or maybe a little bit like a princess way, or maybe very more classy way? How do you project yourself? How do you see yourself on the stage of Miss Universe? I'm not asking you styles or colors, but give me a little bit of ideas. I think I have an idea talking to you, but maybe I'm
I
wrong.
wanna know your idea. So what do you think? What do you think?
Definitely, I see you in bright colors. You, well, like this. I see you in bright colors. Uh, I like you more with your hair that style. Even that I saw you with ponytails and things like that. I like the way your hair looks like that. And let's see, maybe a sexy look. No, kind of like that.
Well, yeah, I think you're on the right track. Definitely. Yeah, I would describe. I think I would go a little bit more exotic, of course, also a little bit sexy. I love colors, so maybe a bright color. And yeah, I would see myself just being myself, very energetic, very flowy.
Oh, very
Uh,
nice.
Gabriela.
Gabriela, and did you already meet some other of the contestants through personally or through chats, or have you ever talked to anyone?
No, oh yeah, I've talked to them, but I haven't met anyone yet. I was actually in Colombia, and I did message Mafe, and I was like, hey, let's grab some coffee or some lunch. But unfortunately, she was leaving to New York that week, and I just arrived, so it didn't really work out. But hopefully, I'll be able to meet any one of the contestants soon. But speaking, I am DMing a lot. We have a group chat actually, and we talk pretty often in it, so that's very nice. We even send
And
selfies. So it's yeah, we are connecting with each other. So I think, this year, I think it's going to be a little bit different because we're all already very connected with each other. I actually spoke to Miss Venezuela as well in a live a few weeks
yeah.
ago. And it's nice that you get to know these girls just like this, just speaking to them instead of being in a competition, because you get to know the real person instead
Mhm.
of seeing that competitive person. And it's two different things. When you're in a competition, you're focused, and we're all aiming for that one goal that we have for ourselves. But as a person, we're all very different, and we're all going through a lot of hard work right now. It's very, very nice to be able to share that experience with each other, give tips to each other, and be there for each other. So that's very nice.
I'm going to ask you something that it came to my mind right now. Uh, I did the approach to many, 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 many girls. Many of them, or most of them, have answered me that obviously they want to do this interview, because, well, I have been knowing this pageant since my entire life, and I have been working with one of the girls since 2003. I'm a very good friend of former Miss Universe, and I understand the philosophy of the pageant, even that I don't get some things, but I'm a journalist and I understand the way you have to project yourself, and I see like a very important platform to project power women. So I did the invitation to Miss Russia, and I didn't know she was going to answer me because, as you know, they're having a lot of, well, they have a very difficult situation. They are in the middle of a war. Not many people all around the world uh, love the way the Russians are doing with the Ukrainians. And there is a lot of people that is uh, um, uh, giving the support to Ukrainian.
Yeah.
The girl from Russia answered me, and she asked me what kind of questions I was going to do to her. And I told her the same thing that I did to you and all the rest of the rest of the candidates. And she was asking me what kind of questions. I saw her, or I felt her like a little bit like scared. And I I felt like sorry
That's
for her.
yeah.
Yeah, because she didn't start a war, and everybody's looking at her like the girl representative of the country that started a war. What can you tell? She's got. I asked her because you can see my lives to the girls, and I told her this morning that I was going to have this live with you. What can you tell her to feel confident, to feel happy to be part of a group that she will be besides of Miss Ukraine, and everybody's going to put their eyes on them. So, but this she's in a very hard situation.
Definitely, definitely. Honestly, I admire her courage to even participate, because the amount of pressure that she might be feeling at this moment, especially with Ukraine and Russia both being the hit right now. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's very attentive of the war or the situation that is going on. I do think that both of these girls have a lot of pressure on themselves, because one side, somebody is seeing it negatively, which is the Russian side right now for everybody, but then you also have the Ukraine, which everybody is supporting. But this girl is very innocent, and she's not the one, as you said, that has started the war. She is probably also against war, and she's also rooting for peace and for stopping this whole situation that is going on. So I think she needs to know that we all, as her sisters, are supporting her all the way, and we're here for her because we know how hard it is to be in her position right now and to be carrying all that weight that the world is putting on her, maybe because of her country's decision or the government's decision to be specifically. And she needs to know that there are also many people in Russia that are also supporting her, because she's making Russia very proud to, even in that situation, being able to step out and still speak and speak her mind. And she's going to do it. I'm for sure that she will have the courage and the power to speak on that stage and to say what she really believes in. And she needs to remember that we as sisters were 100% here with her, and also with Miss Ukraine. I actually talked to Miss Ukraine a lot as well, and I've told her, listen, I know it's very hard what you're going through, but remember, there's light at the end of every tunnel. And it's funny that you're asking me this, because I don't know if you followed my competition in Curacao, but my final question was actually about Miss Ukraine and Miss Russia. So I'm here for both of them, and really whatever is happening does not define them as a person. They are beautiful persons, and I know that they want the most positive and the best things for their country and also for the people around the world. And I'm sure that they will make a difference, because there are more people standing by their side than there is against them. So that's all I have to say.
I'm speechless. And God works in a mysterious way, because I didn't know that it was your question, your final question, because Miss Russia was selected like 2 days ago or something like that. And I asked her to be part of my Mis Comentarios live, and like yesterday or at the same moment of the election, and she answered me today. And I told her, you have to watch my interviews. My main idea is to make you feel comfortable, to make you bright, as I told you, and I tell every single girl. And even, I don't know what to do. I couldn't be a judge, because you have so many things. All of you have so many good things. Have that courage, that you're strong. You speak like a politician without the bad things about the politicians. You have the dreams, you have the goals. And that's a good thing that had a beauty pageant like this. And I'm a big supporter of this pageant, because they're creating leaders of the world. You have a lot of things to do after this. And I try to see you with the crown of Miss Universe. But after the crown, what do you see in your life? What do you want to do in life? Because you have 20 years old, and you have a life, a complete life in front of you. But but I see you like a leader, a world leader. I don't know what you want to do. If you want to do show business or psychologist or something like that. But do you see yourself in another stage?
I definitely, honestly, it's so magical that you're asking me all of this, but I do see myself in front of a stage after Miss Universe as well. I see myself speaking to many people, not just young girls, not just young boys. I see myself speaking to all the age ranges, because I want to be something positive in their lives. I want to actually mean something for these people, bring something to them that makes them feel inspired to also achieve their goals. And I even have on my vision board that I would like to be a motivational speaker, or somebody that just speaks. That's really what I want. So I think I might even have my own show. I was also thinking about maybe opening my own podcast or having something, but I do see myself speaking and leading and talking to millions of souls out there. What I said is I am a very sociable person, so I definitely see myself connecting with people out there, because there are so many souls and we're all so unique, and there is so much to explore out there in every one of us. So I would definitely see myself.
And you have a beautiful voice too. Do you sing?
Do I sing? I'm hearing yes. Yes, I'm hearing that. No, well, actually, sometimes I do think I don't have a beautiful voice, but when people tell me and I listen to it, I do realize that people love to listen to me. So I might.
Your tone of your voice is very similar than Jennifer Lopez. I
Oh, wow.
can close my eyes and I can
Oh,
hear her
wow.
talking. Really,
Oh, wow.
really.
That's a compliment. J Lo.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
But
actually, what's funny, she's actually an inspiration for me. I don't know if you've seen her new series that she launched,
uh-huh.
and I actually saw it in Colombia, which is even funnier, but it's called Halftime, and she talks about all the
Yeah.
things that she has gone through in her life, and
Mm-hmm.
she then got to perform at the most biggest event, and the things that she has gone through as a Latina, because as a Latina, life for her was not always as easy, and definitely as a public figure, as somebody that represents the Latina side of her, it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
always very easy for her.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in that series, how she overcame all her obstacles and eventually got to do what she wanted to do for so long, and she did it. So that was very inspirational for me as well. So that's funny that you're actually telling me that.
and
Because I saw.
and there is a Ben Affleck in your life.
No, not yet. Maybe in a few years. Maybe you never know. Maybe a Ben Affleck will return in my life in a few years.
What is your type of man?
I don't have a type. I don't have a type. I
No?
actually I like guys that are funny, that are
Mm-hmm.
yeah, guys that are funny, respectful, but also very hardworking and very ambitious. I like very ambitious guys. A guy that can motivate me as well. Somebody that can balance me out. That's what I like.
That's very nice. That's very nice. Do you see yourself as a mother?
Yeah, of course, not anytime soon, but I do see myself as a mother because if I want to help people, I would also like to raise my own children into being a leader and being a strong woman or a strong man in this community, in this society. So why not? Definitely.
And you're helping a lot of people, as you said, not not in this life, but I believe that there is a lot of people that will see you as a role model, as an example, uh, to get through their difficult time of the year or their lives, and to be a successful and keep working on the success because it is a daily work. It's not just the things that you're doing now and it makes you feel good now. You have to try every single moment. And it has been very inspirational for me as a journalist and as an interviewer to have a person like you. It really was a pleasure to me. And Curacao can be very proud of their queen because you are a queen. You
Thank
already have,
you so
you
much.
are the, you are a queen. So thank you so much. Gracias, Gabi. Gracias. I feel honored. I'm very honored to have this moment with you, and I wish you the best of luck. I wish to see you in Miami. I'm gonna
Yes.
be back this Friday. So thank you so much for the people in your organization to make this live possible. They were very nice to me, and I think that's a key. That's a key to have the success because you have a very nice team. So, Gabi, thank you again.
Muchísimas gracias a ti también. No, definitely. It was also very inspirational for me. We had so much in common without me even knowing you in
A
person.
lot of secrets, a lot of secrets.
So much secrets. But it was so nice to speak to you, and I'm so happy that you invited me today to be here to inspire others that are watching us today. So thank you so much for the opportunity, and I'll definitely do my best to meet you in Miami. I'll be there.
Oh,
I saw that Tammy actually joined the live now, so we should
oh
actually.
really? Tommy was here?
Yeah, she is here.
Oh, okay. I love it.
Hola, Tammy.
May
Saludos.
may I ask you a little favor before I finish?
Of course.
I want you to ask because my next live is Sunday, the 31st at 3 p.m. Miami time with Miss Portugal.
Okay.
But I wanted to say it in Portuguese. So invite the people to watch this live on Portuguese. Can you say it in Portuguese or not?
I can try. I don't know if I'm going to say it 100% correctly because I'll be honest. I haven't spoken Portuguese fluently in a while because here in
Okay.
I have a few Portuguese, but since my dad is the only one that speaks it here, I don't practice it too much. But I can try. I can try definitely.
Try it.
I don't know if it's good. We'll see. So, quero invitar vocês para acompanhar nós outros in a live, I guess, something like that.
This Sunday.
So I don't know if you can repeat.
No, don't worry about it. It was. Los quiero invitar a que nos acompañen este live también.
See, it's
con mis
you know that Portuguese is very similar to Spanish, so that's why sometimes I mix it up so easily because my Spanish is better than my Portuguese, but
better.
Portuguese.
But anyway, I was telling to, estaba invitando a todo el mundo que vean este domingo el próximo live que voy a tener con Miss Portugal a las 3 de la tarde, hora de Miami, y es la manera también que tengo para despedirme de mi preciosa, bella, divina Gabriela, simpática, Gabriela Dos Santos, Miss Curaçao. De verdad, es un privilegio hablar contigo. Gracias nuevamente.
Thank you. Muchísimas gracias a ti también y gracias a todas las personas que has joined. Yeah, definitely. Bueno, muchas gracias. Un beso.
Gracias, chao.
Te veo pronto.
Un besito, chao.